Hi there, Clive here today, and today we're doing a quick review of the Logitech C920 Pro HD webcam. I've read a lot of good reviews about this, and I know a lot of streamers use this camera. It was in the Amazon sale, so I thought I would give it a try. It records in full HD, 1080p for video calls, streams at 720p. It's got a HD autofocus and also stereo sort of microphone speakers, stereo microphone here as well. So ultimately, as I say, I've read a lot of good reviews about it. I know a lot of streamers use this sort of camera, so I thought I'd give it a quick test and replace my existing camera, which is just a Microsoft HD camera. Also, you might notice here this box. This is not the normal. You might buy, you see the Logitech C920 in shops and stuff, and it's in a different box, sometimes with a sort of a see-through section there. You can see the camera and stuff. I've got this on Amazon, and this seems to have been packaged by Amazon. You'll see here it says C920 Pro HD webcam for Amazon. So I don't know whether Amazon are doing a special deal with Logitech, which means they buy loads and put their own packaging in, but there's no difference between this camera and the one you buy direct from Logitech or other stores, and it comes in Logitech boxes. It's the same camera, just for some reason Amazon have just packaged it in a sort of more drab and I guess cheaper box, and therefore can pass the price on to you if you're going to get it through Amazon. I think they go for about 56, 57 quid, around that, between 50 and 60 pounds. I've seen some slightly more, but anyway, I got this in the Amazon sales, so Prime Day sales, so I got a good bargain on it. Okay, so for the unboxing, let's just see what we get. As I say, ignore the boxing, it's exactly the same camera, just a box by Amazon. So what do you get in here? Yeah, it's very rough, well not roughly, it's very simply packaged, so they've, trying to save some money on the packaging. So let's have a look. In here you've just basically got the instruction manuals with a sort of quick start section, which we'll look at there, and the basic sort of warranties and stuff. And then here's the camera with this cable connected. And what I particularly like about this camera, and I'm particularly interested, check it out. There we go. That's basically what it looks like. Let's have a look at the cable size. What I'm particularly interested here, if we take this packaging off here, this bit here, is that it's got a standard camera mount for tripods and stuff. You can often get that with webcams. They usually come with sort of little clippy things you clip over your screen or whatever on top of your screen. But this you can actually put onto a tripod with the standard screw mount there, which is really useful for me actually. Yeah, so normally you sort of hook it over the top of the monitor like that or whatever, but with this you can, if you've got a tripod or a mini tripod stand or whatever, with standard tripod mount, you can just screw it into there and then have it like that. Cable wise, let's look at the length. About cable length of about 150 centimeters, so 1.5 meters, I'd say, about cable length. This feels quite sort of solid, quite heavy, so when you sort of do mount it over the top of your monitor or whatever, you feel it's that the weight will sort of keep it in place. And as I say, with the standard tripod mount there as well, it gives you lots more versatility if you want to sort of have it set up in a slightly different way. Two microphones in here as well, so pick up the kind of stereo sound as well, and then various sort of glass lenses in here that allow for HD autofocus and clarity of picture and light adjustment. But as I say, let's plug it in and we'll see what happens. It's a standard USB setup. I've mounted it here. This had a standard tripod mount, and then the camera head itself tilts to the right angle. Plug that in. Setting up device, recognises it straight away. It says we're setting up the HD Pro web camera C920. Device is ready to go. So it automatically installs, super quick. I've got Windows 10, so no problem there. And it's set up here, I can see here, HD Pro web camera C920. And let's see what it looks like. Okay, now I've swapped to the camera here. As you can see, it's nice, the picture looks quite nice and clear. And we can see what the sound likes as well. In fact, let me just take the classic, take the cellophane off the front there. And the picture, I'm just looking here at my own playback here. Essentially nice and bright and crystal clear. As I say, you get full high definition 1080p in video calling. So if you're using Skype, you're going to get the full Monty for that. I'm going to just swap to the camera now, and you'll see the difference. You can see the colour is a bit more washed out here, albeit the angle's slightly different. So, you know, if I try and get the camera as close as possible to the other one. Now I'm looking at this is my built-in laptop camera, so you can see the difference there. So say this is currently at 1080p full HD, 30 frames per second. If you're streaming, it goes about 720, but if you're making Skype calls and stuff like that, then you're getting 1080p. And as I say, it fine tunes the lighting conditions. If I maybe switch this light off, you can just see it actually picks up the brightness on the face slightly, on the side of the face. Just a small light there I've got. Just switch that off, but yeah, no, it's pretty clear and bright picture there. It's certainly at 1080p. And then sound wise, it's full stereophonic sound here. It's got 2 microphones either side here, and that's the idea of being able to capture more realistic sound. Whether I use that in my streaming, I don't know, because obviously normally I've got a headset on, but we'll have to see what the sound quality is like, considering I'm about, stranger walking in the back there, considering I'm about a foot away from here. We'll have to see what the sound is like. But there we are, quite, you know, flexible. As I say, tilt the head up and down here. Plus, of course, you can angle if you've got it on a tripod mount, and then if you've got it over the screen as well, you can make adjustments there how you kind of hook it up. But as I say, maximum resolution 1080p 30 frames per second, down to 720p 30 frames per second when you're streaming. Built-in mic is stereo, tripod ready universal clip, fits onto the laptops, LCD monitors, etc., and tripod stands. Has autofocus, let's just tilt the head slightly, autofocus and light adjustment there, and works on Chrome OS as well. So it's supported by Chrome OS if you've got a Chromebook like I have. Also Android 5 or above. It's a standard USB port connection, works on MacBooks as well, OS 10 or later, and obviously Windows 10, Windows 8 and Windows 7. So there you go. All in all, not too bad, as I say, and it's compatible with Skype, Google Hangouts, FaceTime for Mac and things like that. I'm going to try it with my streaming and we'll see what that's like. But so far, just looking at the picture here, I'm pretty impressed with what I'm seeing. Obviously, I can't hear the sound at the moment, so I'll comment on that later when I've had a chance to watch it. And just to confirm, the cable apparently is 1.5 meters long. So I'll get some streamer footage just to give you an idea. This would be obviously here, it's streaming at 720p for streaming. It works with OBS and what was the other one? XSplit and those sort of, all the sort of conventional things that streaming platforms that you would imagine. Again, just plugged it into my Xbox. So this is streaming via my Xbox. Just plugged it in, recognized it straight away. I'm using my own microphone here. I'm not using the camera microphone because it's the way it's set up. But I just wanted to sort of give you an idea of what it looked like when I'm streaming, so you got an idea of the streaming footage. Again,
today is not going to be easy.
Picture nice and clear. Wasn't paying attention. Good job I was on my main character then. Anyway, let's give it a go, see how it goes.
We've got company.
I'm getting shot at.
I'm down. No bueno. Taking a moment to recharge.
I'm getting shot at.
You're close to the ring.
Okay, so that was a bit of streaming there, just to give you an idea. As it streams in 720p, not the 1080p, but to give you an idea of what it's like. I wasn't using the built-in microphone for that. I was using my own microphone for streaming, which is how I stream. I'm using the the stereophonic microphone in the webcam for this bit. And as I say, I played it back earlier. I was pretty impressed with the sound quality, to be honest. I'm not too far away from the camera, but if you're making calls and stuff or anything like that, then it is pretty impressive, crystal clear sound for those kind of purposes. And even just recording vlogs straight to the computer as well. I'm pretty impressed with the sound, so I might be using this more often now and then. Hope you found that all very useful. Please like, subscribe, put any comments down below if you've got any questions about it, and I'll let you know if I discover any more things about it. But I'm pretty impressed with this. I'm glad I got it in the Amazon Prime sale. It was well worth it, actually. So there are the next generations of camera of this one, but this is a good camera, and it's still a good camera, and you can probably pick it up for a good price. So anyway, thanks once again for watching, and see you around soon.